What's up, YouTube? You're watching Regrants! And this is our Extreme Rules 2016 prediction video. And in this video, we're going to be talking about 3 matches. Our first match we're talking about is Kalisto versus Rusev for the U.S. title. What are your thoughts?
Well, so Kalisto gets through one big guy, and now he has to face another big guy. So I think it's pretty clear-cut. Hopefully, Kalisto wins.
Nope.
Yes.
Rusev.
I'm actually kind of rooting for Rusev.
Rusev's going to win it back. And then when Cena comes back on Memorial Day, Rusev versus John Cena for the United States Championship.
When Steven comes back?
John Cena.
Oh, you said Cena.
Oh, like I said Steve.
I thought you said Steven. Oh, okay. Steven Rogers?
Yeah, Captain America.
I was thinking of that.
There we go. That's how he saves the day.
Anyways, that'd be kind of cool. Anyways, back to this match. Rusev, I think, even though I'm not a big fan of his, I think the U.S. title becomes a little more relevant. Would become a little more relevant if he has it. Because I know he doesn't talk much, and when he does talk, he's talking Russian, and we don't understand him. But
he suddenly learned English, so
he does speak some English. It's just great to see Lana back with him, and Lana.
It's just great to see Lana in general.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But what I'm saying is, it's great to see Lana back with him, and the more airtime that Rusev and Lana gets, the better, in my opinion, because Lana cuts great promos, and it's just good to see them reunited, and this will just further them solidify them staying together for at least a little while, at least for a couple months, or maybe less, who knows for sure, but at least for a little while, they'll be together, and hey, Rusev is a monster. He's lost that status to some degree recently because he hasn't
lost it completely,
which is a damn shame because when he first got brought up to the main roster, he was this big monster, and so he needs to regain that, in my opinion. I know a lot of people don't care for him. I know a lot of people may not like him that much, but I think it would be cool if he wins it back. And that's nothing against Kalisto. I like Kalisto too, but storyline-wise, it's not that interesting in my opinion.
Well, I mean, it just started. He just became #1 contender through a battle royal, so I don't see it going long-term. But as far as would it do anything if Rusev won, probably not, because even if he beats Kalisto, he doesn't look that much better. All he's doing is beating up a smaller wrestler, which in theory, if you're looking at it in that kind of lens, he should beat a smaller wrestler. If you want him to look like a monster, you have him start attacking people that he normally would not attack. Like when he was beating up Cena every, Raw or after every, U.S. title match, like he looked better beating up a more established guy. Like you got to throw him in the ring with like Dean Ambrose or, someone well more established than Kalisto.
Well, Ambrose is kind of a smaller guy too.
Well, I'm talking about stature-wise, as in status with the crowd.
Yeah,
you mentioned status. So.
That's why I want to see Rusev get it, so that we can get Rusev Cena again Memorial Day.
Yeah, well, we've seen that.
That's true. I was just thinking that, and I don't know if I necessarily want to see Rusev or Cena again. It's old.
If anything, we should.
It was a good feud, but
if anything, we should get Kalisto should win this, and then use the U.S. title as kind of like a makeshift cruiserweight title, where you put Kalisto up against, the smaller but more, high-flying wrestlers, and you start really showing off the true young talent that you have.
Imagine Kalisto and Apollo.
Yeah, you could do
something. That'd be cool.
You could do something like that. Like, they can turn the U.S. title into a title of that stature.
Because right now, in my opinion, it's lost so much relevance. No one really cares too much about it. I mean, think about it.
Because they have to try.
At Payback, Ryback versus Kalisto, it was on a pre-show. Yeah. I mean, that just shows that they don't really care about the title right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's not on the forefront, but they could do something where Kalisto wins, and then, again, you use these younger, talented wrestlers, and that's how you showcase it. You showcase, these two maybe smaller wrestlers or just ones that wrestle differently or have a unique kind of style to them, and you use that to elevate the title. I don't think it gets elevated with Rusev. I think Rusev, if he gets any sort of title, it's going to be either like the IC title down the line or maybe even way down the line the WWE title. But they really have to like make him look dominant again. He needs to start going after established guys.
But if he does win it, in my opinion, for the most part, the crowd will be booing him more, and it will generate more heat, and it will generate more of a reaction. Because right now, the crowd doesn't really care about it.
So then, what's your end game? Like every story has like an end game when it comes.
Some stories don't make sense.
John Cena.
Okay, so John Cena is the end game, which again,
obviously, I'd like to have stories make sense, but
but I'm not saying that it needs to make sense. I'm saying what does it all conclude to? Who are you looking to put over? Is it Rusev you're looking to put over, or is it the title you're trying to make relevant, or is it Kalisto you're trying to make relevant?
Well, I think if Rusev wins it, he doesn't necessarily. I don't think he'll necessarily have it for a really long time. He might have it for a month or two, but I don't see him having it much longer than that.
No, I don't see him winning it at all. I think he goes back to that lower mid card, and if they really want to, plug him in a storyline because they need an established heel because he's a pretty good established heel. He might not be, the monster Rusev that we got during, his feud with Cena, but at the very least, he's a good plug-in guy that, we need to put over this face wrestler. Put him in a program with Rusev because he's kind of scary and big. So, that's what Rusev is right now. And maybe down the line he gets something a little bit more if, the cards go in his favor. But as of right now, he's probably just putting Kalisto over at this point because they want another Rey Mysterio. WWE wants another Rey Mysterio character.
I don't think you'll ever have another Rey Mysterio.
I'm not saying like to copy him exactly, but they want another character because they're opening up new markets and, Hispanic areas, and they're trying to reach out to that audience again.
True,
and
but
Rey
they're
Mysterio
also
brought that in.
True, but they're by having Rusev have the title, they're expanding other markets that way too.
There's a bigger market closer to the U.S., aka Mexico, than Rusev would appeal to way out in Europe or even farther, like into Asia, where there's not a big market. There's a bigger market here in the continental, North America versus out there. So Rusev doesn't appeal to that, but Kalisto does. He appeals to kids too. That really helps in his favor because he looks like a little superhero.
Okay, so you're going Kalisto, obviously.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm going Rusev.
John Cena.
John Cena's not in the match.
He will be.
No.
He'll interfere. No, I'm just kidding.
Just Rusev, and then when Cena comes back from Memorial Day, Cena wins it back.
He's calling it now.
And then they're going to bring back the Open Challenge.
If that doesn't happen, you owe me $1 and a Coke.
Fine.
Okay. Next match, we're talking New Day versus the Vaudevillains from the 1900s.
There you go.
It's bygone era.
We don't have the black and white effect.
It's too bad.
You could throw that in. When the little window movies maker, I think
Maybe. I'll look into that.
Yeah.
I think their effect is cool that they do every time when they have their entrance with the black and white. That is funny.
They're a fun little gimmick.
The New Day, that was hilarious this past Raw. If you haven't seen it, watch it. When they go back in time. And,
the new DeLorean.
That was hilarious. Oh, man. I can't say enough about how funny these guys are. I think it's going to be a fun match. I think it's going to be a good match. I'm not the biggest fans of the Vaudevillains, but hey, they're pretty good. They're decent. The New Day, there's not too much more to say about them. How awesome they are. I mean, I can't even say how awesome they are because that would be a lot of awesome. So yeah, I don't know.
Ring an endorsement. They're awesome.
Just like the Miz.
Tell us something we don't know.
We'll get into the Miz later. So I'm going New Day.
Yeah, New Day makes
They
sense.
rock.
I don't think there's other than Enzo and Cass, which we're not going to get them for a little while
That's
longer,
a shame.
but there's just not a team that's on their level right now. And maybe you put Vaudevillains on their level by having like an upset win. It would be shocking. So it would get, it'll generate some buzz and people would start really paying attention to the Vaudevillains for sure.
Especially if they're trying to get them over as a heel.
Oh yeah.
Too, so.
Oh yeah. So, but right now I think it makes the most sense for New Day to have it. And then maybe you get another match with them down the road and then Vaudevillains picks up the win. Because eventually they'll have to transition from New Day being tag team champions. Like, that's going to happen one day.
Oh, and we'll be sad, but I might be happy depending on who wins.
If it's Enzo and Cass, I'm
I'd
more
be all for
excited for
that,
them
yeah.
to win. If it's Enzo and Cass versus New Day, I'm rooting Enzo and Cass.
Oh yeah.
I'm I might have to forget about the New Day for a little bit.
I'd be so conflicted on that, in all honesty.
You watch these guys on NXT, there's no confliction there. Like
No, I love both.
Enzo and
teams.
Cass are kind of like a very special once in a lifetime team.
I love them both, though.
I'll
both
go
teams.
as far as say that. Maybe that
Okay.
makes me a mark. I don't know.
So your name is Mark.
Oh,
So.
well, there you go.
So you're going.
New Day.
It's a new day. Yes, it is.
I'm going New Day. I guess we're all going New Day.
I mean,
Yeah.
how can I not go for New Day? I got their jacket.
Walls. Correct.
That's true. Don't cut it like Ambrose did.
No, this is
Cut Jericho's.
This is only $50.
It's a pretty sweet jacket.
I like it.
Wish I had one.
WWEshop.com.
Give us some money for that. We just plugged yours. Walls.
But yeah, this is going to be a fun match. It will be a good match. I think, yeah, it will be a good match.
He thinks, yeah.
Okay. Any last thoughts on that match?
No, we summed it up. New Day.
New Day
Okay.
rocks.
I'd be so shocked if the Vaudevillains win. I think it would be interesting if they won, but
I'd be fine with it too.
Yeah.
Put over a young.
I'd be all for putting over younger talent as well. But I just don't see them winning at this stage.
Yeah.
All right. And the last match we're going to talk about is IC title match between. It's a fatal 4-way match
Say
between.
IC title match?
icy.
Icy? Like an icy?
Yeah, they're skating on thin ice in the match.
The icy man.
IC title. Fatal 4-way between Awesome The Miz, Cesaro, swing, fight, Owens fight, and Sami Zayn.
Oh, I'm gonna hurt you guys so bad.
And
Sami Zayn.
I didn't tell him
It
to
was a
say
slip.
that
It was a
this time.
slip.
It wasn't
Yeah,
me.
He gave me $1 to say that.
Okay, all right. Throwing him under the bus. All right, so this match could honestly be main event status, in my opinion, just for the sheer talent that's in the match. I think
without a doubt.
it could easily be match of the night. I would love for it to have been elimination, where it takes a couple of pinfalls to end the match, but you got a good group in there. Miz is an established heel, love him or hate him. He does well with that. Cesaro is coming back around finally. He's getting the spotlight he deserves. He's awesome to watch. Owens, great heel. He's your future top heel. And then Sami Zayn, you just look at the shirt. Just that's all. You
Oh
need
yeah,
to-
you're wearing the Sami Zayn
yeah. That's kind
That's
of
your boy.
That's my boy right there. Sami Zayn, he's your next top babyface down the line. So treat him well. Obviously, this match will be great though. You'll have the dynamic with Owens and Zayn. Cesaro gets mixed up in there. You got your 3 indie guys. You got the Miz.
This match could easily be the match of the night.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the talents in there.
No,
Cesaro, Owens, Zayn. I mean, they're like pretty much close to top
no.
talent-wise. And even the Miz. I mean, yeah. I know a lot of people may not necessarily like the Miz, but he's a really good heel.
You have to respect what he brings.
He
to
puts
the table
people
as
over.
A heel. He needs to stay a heel. For as much of his career as possible, just because he does that character so well, and you can put him against any face, and then the face is automatically way over, just because we want to see that good guy kick living hell out of Miz.
I think this is one of the hardest matches to predict, and not just because there's 4 people in the match as opposed to only 2, or what's a tag team match is technically 4, but I mean it's 2 versus. but it's
The
2 versus
champion-
2. But
the champion doesn't have to be pinned to lose the title.
so this is definitely going to be one of the hardest matches to predict. I think it would be best if the Miz drops it. I mean, I'd be okay with the Miz retaining, but I think it would be more exciting and more interesting if he drops it. And if he does, man, I have no idea where they're going to go with this. They could go so many ways.
Since you're the most conflicted, because I can guess who Tim picks, and we can guess. Yeah, and we can guess who I'm picking. You'll be the wild card. You'll be
I'm always the wild card.
the outlier.
I'm always an outlier.
Yeah. So who you going?
Oh, I thought you were going.
No, I'm asking you who are you going? Because everyone already knows who we're picking. If they watched our videos, they know he's Owens and I'm Zayn. There's no surprise there.
You're Owens and you're Zayn. Can I have your autographs? No. I'm going to go. Then I'm going Cesaro.
All right,
Cesaro swing, baby.
We're going all indie guys.
It's about time Cesaro wins something. He deserves it. He's been fighting and clawing his way up the roster, up the card for the past couple years now, and a lot of times once when he finally gets a push, he gets demoted and pushed back down, or injured. He runs into bad luck. It's Cesaro's time. Give it to Cesaro.
I would love to see Cesaro win it for sure, because he would be right behind Zayn in like my list of like favorite.
Even though I'm cool with any one of these guys winning it, I'm least cool with the Miz, but I'm okay with the Miz.
Least cool.
I know, Miz and I, we're cool.
Plus,
but
Cesaro's an international superstar, and it's the Intercontinental title. So.
True.
Yeah, they don't do that.
But
anymore.
Owens and Zayn, they're from different countries as well.
yeah, they're both from Canada.
So
Miz is the lone American in there. Well, he was.
All right, so Zayn, Cesaro.
Yeah, I'm going Zayn
Owens.
as a huge shocker, because I think everyone is either talking Miz retains or Owens regains the Intercontinental title. And then other people are looking at Cesaro just because he's kind of like the flashier pick. But Zayn is, again, the underdog. And sometimes you get those underdog stories, and they get their win. We saw it with Zack Ryder at WrestleMania. He was a huge underdog in that match.
True.
This very well could happen for
if
Sammy.
Zayn does win it, I just hope he doesn't have it just for one night, like Ryder did.
Yeah. I don't think that's happening. I think unfortunately, Zack Ryder was just a transitional champion. He's going to get. He got his WrestleMania
coffee.
His WrestleMania moment. Something better than getting kicked in the nuts by Eve Torres.
True.
Yeah, that was awful.
And then they just transition it to Miz, who will hand it off to whatever bigger kind of star, whoever is next in line, which I think would be freaking awesome to fill Sami Zayn.
Okay, so who do you think Zayn gets to pin on?
I think he pins Miz.
Either
Miz or he pins Owens to get one up on Owens.
Who do you think Owens gets to pin on?
Either Zayn or Miz. Maybe Cesaro, because he has history with Cesaro.
Yeah, he has history with Zayn, though, too.
Yeah, he has way more history with Zayn than anyone.
Yeah, so once they get Miz out of the ring, if they kick him out of the ring, it's a free game.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, you want to see the Owens and Zayn feud going on forever. And I'm all
I
for
want
Owens.
like 20 million matches.
That's like the best feud ever. Normally, I get sick of seeing the same guys facing each other week in and week out. Not these two guys.
No.
There's an exception here. These guys are so super talented. They put on amazing matches week in and week out. I mean, eventually I might get sick of it, but right now I am not sick
You don't
of
have
it.
a soul if you get sick of it.
Imagine the day it comes to Owens and Zayn for the WWE title.
Yeah, exactly. That's
amazing.
That's going to happen. That's a real possibility.
If Cesaro wins, I think he's going to get the pin on The Miz. All right, so let us know your thoughts. Do you agree with me? Agree with him? Agree with us?
Fight, Owens, fight!
Cesaro's swing, baby.
He doesn't say that. He doesn't have
Well,
catchphrase.
I'm saying that now.
He's
Cesaro's section. I can't speak. I had to get one in there.
yeah.
And you can say, ole, 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 you're lame, you're lame.
I wish Jess was here. She would beat him up for me.
Any less thoughts?
Again, this is such a solid card for a pay-per-view. And again, I think this IC title match could be match of the night. It could be one of the best ones of the year. So
I concur.
yeah, it might even be better than the main event, to be honest.
I think it's going to be.
I mean,
I think the crowd's
that
going
would
to
be a good one too.
The crowd's going to be super pumped. The crowd's going to be super into this. We're going to get a lot of "this is awesome" chants. We're going to get a lot of amazing spots.
No, Miz's awesome chance.
Well, we might. You never know. But
Maybe if we're in Cesaro land, where everyone cheers for the Miz.
So, anyways, thanks for watching. Let us know your thoughts. Follow us on social media. We are everywhere. That's right.
We're everywhere.
See ya.